Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all glory and honor and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakodash, Bakathum. Double honor to my apostles, great millstone. Salutations to the Akim on the four corners for pushing this truth in sincerity, love, diligence, respect, fear, and trembling. It's like Taz one with other must feed knowledge. Coming back real quick through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. I pray I hope that this is edifying. Just want to give some history on this day of um, Christmas. All right, today is December 25th. You know, and this pagan custom goes back to something called the Yule Tree. You see, which is the worship of the moon, the stars, the sun, the worship of other deities going back to the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire. You know, so you Christians, man, the plantation Christianity, you guys don't know what you worshiping. You know, and all the information is out, and you still partake in this demonic festival. Okay, and this is the reason why you guys get burned up in these houses, man. You know, I'm pretty sure Vocab Malone doesn't know nothing about this. You know, because you guys go by man's traditions instead of looking things up. Nowhere in the Bible where you can see where the Lord, or not the Lord, because it's supposed to be came after him, but well, no. This goes back to Greek. This goes back to Greek customs. You see, this goes back farther. So the Lord was on the same scene, and they was worshiping the Yule tree. You know. But let's get into that, man. All right. Check it out. It says the Yule tree, pagan tree of life symbol. See what that resembles? It resembles what your natural, normal day Christmas tree, which is the Yule tree. They had you niggas cutting out the Yule logs in slavery, man. But let's get into that. It says, you know what, real quick first, since I made mention of that. Now I came across this today. Black then discovering our history, right? It says the slave experience during Christmas time. It says, how did American slaves celebrate Christmas? Oh, I don't want to read that shit. Let me just get straight to it. It says, on average, many slave owners gave their slaves about 3 days off during the holidays. Some slaves received an ample amount of relaxation time for Christmas. Others received fewer days ago. If any at all, on some plantations, slaves were authorized to select a Yule log to burn in the main fireplace of the manor house. Since the slaves' holidays lasted as long as the log burned naturally, they tried to pick what appeared to be a slow-burning log. This way, the the Christmas holiday could possibly be extended until July. And it is like now today, like when your children are off, your children is off for the holidays, right? My children, they got off out of school a couple of days ago, or maybe a day ago, and it extends all the way until they go back to school on January the 3rd. So these are the same customs, man. All right, like I said, December the 23rd is when they stop school, and they go back January 3rd. Okay, it's the same customs, but guess what? It says they had to select a Yule log, right? Well, that's a custom of paganism. So check it out. It says Yule trees go way back to pagan tradition. Pagan tradition. What is pagan? Let's look up that word pagan real quick. Pagan. Paganism is a term first used in the 4th century by early Christians for people in the Roman Empire who practiced polytheism, or ethnic religious others than Judaism. Polytheism, poly meaning many, meaning the worship of many gods. That's what poly means. Let's see, pagan. A person who worshiped many gods, there we go, or goddesses, or the earth, or nature. A person whose religion is paganism. Okay? Polytheist, heathen. A follower of polytheistic theistic religion as in ancient Rome. See, this proves that we're in a Roman Empire, man. Uh, Witches, right? Witches, Druids, goddess worshippers, and other pagans in America today, right? Look, Rome. Going back to Rome, man. That's why we know that we in the Roman Empire all over again. Them same customs. Okay? So it says Yule trees go way back to pagan traditions and generally were outdoor live trees that were decorated with hanging candles. Sounds like that Christmas tree. The Yule tree lights and ornaments originally symbolized the sun, moon, and stars as they looked on the tree of life. See that? The sun, moon, and stars. All right, hey, this is why you Israelite families, man. When y'all be coming on them holidays, it be impacted by that demonic vibration. Your trees catch on fire. Your family members get to killing one another. Okay. It says, as they looked on the tree of life, the Yule tree decorations also represented the souls of the departed, who we remember at the end of the year. And then, right, you worshiping the dead. See, it goes into worshiping the dead. Now it's called what? The dead winter. Okay, because it's dead. There's no life out here. When it's snowing, it's cold as hell. The trees are dead. Hell, the mentality of these people are dead. You know. And then there is a modern day of gift giving, which originated from hanging sacred presents on the Yule tree as offerings to deities such as Antis and Dionysius, which goes back to Greek customs. Okay? And they switched it over, I believe, Dionysius or Bacchus. Okay? They just start switching the names from the Greek Empire to the Roman Empire. Or even going back to the Babylonian traditions. See, this goes all the way to Babylon, which I'm going to prove that in Jeremiah the 10th chapter. It says, and to think all of this sprung from the pine groves equated with great mother goddess. You know? And check this out. Another custom dating back to pagan roots is the burning of the Yule log. Sound familiar? This what the slaves was doing. See? All these traditions go way back. And they fed you with it. You know? Hey, real quick, this is Colossians, the 2nd chapter, and the 8th verse. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy. Philosophy is a way of thinking, right? And you can have a demonic way of thinking that has nothing to do with Yahweh Shemel Shai. These philosophies of the world. Homosexuality, that's a philosophy. You know? It's a demonic custom. It says, in vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not of Hamashiach Yahweh Shemel Shai. See? These things are after the rudiments of the world. Now, why was Paul speaking about traditions of men? Because we was in a Roman Empire, and he had to break, the scriptures speak about breaking the clocks, right? He had to break their minds of the old way that they used to live. You know, that's why the scriptures speak about becoming a new man, a new creature. All the old shit that we've been learning from TT, from Big Mama and them, that shit was off, man. We learned Christmas from Big Mama and them, you know. Traditions of men. You see that? So they were authorized to burn the Yule log. What was the tradition of burning the Yule log? Originally, the Yule bonfire was meant to give renewed life and power to the sun. Thus saith, hey, the scriptures be in you. Thus the sun was reborn with the shortest day, making the time of year when the days started becoming longer. Yep, because it gets darker. Traditionally, Yule logs are oak, with the oak tree symbolizing the cosmic tree of life. The cosmic tree of life is going into the solar system. Okay, we have a direct law against that, which is Exodus, the 20th chapter. And the Most High spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord Yahweh thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. See that? Thou shalt not make any unto thee any graven images or any likeness of anything that is in heaven, the sun above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Okay, and this is what these customs is today is worshiping nature, the sun, the moon, the stars. All right, from the water below, underneath is something called the date god, the fish god. You see, thou shalt not bow down themselves to them. In the form of bowing down themselves, you do it literally when you put those Christmas gifts underneath the tree. You're bowing down to the sun god. You're bowing down to the moon god. You're bowing down to the star god. You see, the gods of Dionysius, the gods of Attis, or wooden. You know, when you bow down to something, that's a form of worship. You know, I wonder if James White the Edomite knows this. I wonder if vocab no class Malone, you Bible, you fake ass Bible thumpers. Thou shalt not bow down themselves to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord Yahweh, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. You see, you guys hate Yahweh Shemel Shai. Remember, you chose death rather than life. Deuteronomy the 30th chapter. Okay, so y'all are in violation of Revelation 22 when it speaks about not adding to the word. See, you put Christmas in there. You know, it ain't got nothing to do with the Lord being born. You see, let's see. In fact, the Lord was born during the springtime. He was born during tax season. Life, during the time of life, man. Okay? In the wintertime, the trees, I can look out right now. Ain't no trees. Ain't no leaves on the trees. You know? In the springtime, that brings forth the life. This is the winter solstice. Okay? Let's go a little bit more. Boom, there you go right there, winter solstice. It says the following article is a Christian viewpoint, and you can read the rest of the article here to see it explained in context. For our purpose, we merely wish to show the true origin of the Christmas tree or the Yule tree, as pagans have considered the world tree or the tree of life as a representation of their universe for thousands of years. It was only natural to use a tree as a symbol for the rebirth as days grow longer again after the winter solstice. And when you go into winter solstice, it goes into a lot of witchcraft and sorcery. And this is one of the peak days of the elites, man. The peak months of the elites. Okay? The end result is that today we see the tree all over the world used in festive spirit of peace and joy, and still place a star or an angel over the top, much as the ancient Sumerians and Akkadians did over 5,000 years ago. Boom, boom, boom. Check this out. It says the non-Christian origins of Christmas. See, a non-Christian origin. In the Encyclopedia Britannica, 1949, the Mass of Christ. It says Clement of Alexandria, about 200 AD, mentions several speculations on the date of Christ's birth and condemns them as superstitious. The exact day and year of Christ's birth have never been satisfactorily settled. We know that it's around the time of spring. When you go into Luke, and I got it, speaking about he was born around a tax season. Okay? And it also speaks about how the shepherds were tending to the flock. Shepherds ain't tending to the flock in a dead winter, man. You know? When the fathers of the church in AD 340 decided upon a date to celebrate the event, that they wisely chose the day of winter solstice, which was firmly fixed in the minds of the people and which was their most important festival. Meaning the population had already been celebrating a winter festival that was not Christian. So they just added this holiday and said that this was of our Lord and Savior, you know? And you so-called Bible believers worshiping pagan holidays, thinking and believing that this has something to do with the Messiah. Boy, are you guys wrong. It says in the 5th century, the Western Church ordered to be celebrated forever on the day of the old Roman feast of birth of Sol, the sun. This is why they go to church on Sundays, man. This is of sun worship. Among the German and Celtic tribes, the winter solstice was considered an important point of the year, and they held their chief festival of Yule to commemorate the return of the burning wheel, the sun. Damn, nothing but fucking demonic paganism. You know? I ain't gonna finish it. I'll put it in the description box. But there you go. The Yule Tree. The Yule Tree. You see? And you guys is working. This is, and it was beaten to you to worship it because as slaves we wasn't. You know, this was something that was learned. But this goes back to the assimilation. You know, like in the Greek Empire, to leave our customs and deal with the manners of the heathens. It's the same thing, man. This is 1 Maccabees 1:41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathens agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols, and profaned the Shabbat, or the Sabbath, which you're profaning it now. We're in the Shabbat, and you niggas is, you woke up at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and put your nappy headed ass under the tree and got a gift. You know? For the king had sent letters by messengers into Jerusalem and the cities of Judea that they should follow the strange laws of the land. See? When we was placed into captivity, we were placed because of a punishment. And here it is, and during our punishment, we begin to follow the customs of the fucking heathens, man. And forbid burnt offerings and sacrifices to drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbath and festival days. Right? No more worshiping, no more celebrating the Feast of Tabernacle. You know, and things like that. And populate the sanctuary and the holy people. See, we're supposed to be celebrating, Hanukkah. I believe that's how you say it. Salaki, Hanukkah. Okay? And set up altars in groves. See? I was reading something else earlier. I couldn't find the article I was reading at. But they said that that tree is basically, it's an altar. It's where you worship. You see? And that's why them spirits be coming in through that portal. You know? That's why Jake be losing their minds on these days, man. In chapels of idols and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts. Right, you niggas eating hella glazed turkey. Hella glazed ham right now. You know? Let's get into well, let me keep going real quick. That they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all the manner of uncleanness and profanation, to the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. And that's just what's happening now today. You know, nothing new under the sun. You niggas are still worshiping the Yule Tree to this day, and you did it in the Babylonian Empire. Okay, which this is Jeremiah the 10th chapter in the 1st verse. I'm gonna read it and then I'm gonna go into the commentary. It says, "Hear ye the word which the Lord Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them." You see? Which is going into worshiping the stars, the moon, and the sun. The heathens are dismayed at them. Okay? For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of a workman with an axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. See? They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go, but Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. You see that? These are those idols that they erected, okay? That they erected and they decked it with their ornaments to worship the different gods and deities, man. This was a Babylonian custom. Now check it out. To prove that, going to the commentary, let's see what my man Matthew Henry got to say about it. Okay? Now these are scholars. You see? Vocab Malone, he ain't a fucking scholar, man. He's an idiot. Alright? He went to theological school. You know? Whatever school he went to, which they only teach about theories and mysteries and love. You know? Nothing concerning a true history of the scriptures. But it says the prophet Isaiah, when he prophesied of the captivity in Babylon, added warnings against idolatry and largely exposed the sodish of idolatry, not only because the temptations in Babylon would be in danger of drawing the Jews there to idolatry. See? So being in captivity, he warned, hey, don't go after the custom of the heathen. Hey, we being put into this situation for not worshiping our power. So don't bring y'all ass over there and get to learning the manner of the damn heathens, man. Of idolatry. Thus the prophet Jeremiah here arms people against the idolatrous urges and customs of the heathen, not only for the use of those that had gone to Babylon, but of those also that stayed behind, that being convinced and reclaimed by the word of the Most High, the rod might be prevented. And it is written for our learning, observe here, a solemn charge given to the people of the Most High not to conform themselves to the ways and customs of the heathen. Let the house of Israel hear and receive the word from the Most High of Israel. Learn not the way of the heathen. Do not approve it, no, nor think indifferently concerning it, much less imitate it or accustom yourself to it. You see? Let not any of their customs steal in among you, as they are apt to do insensibly, nor mingle themselves with your religion. It ill becomes those that are taught of the Most High to learn the way of the heathen and to think of worshiping the true power, which such rites and ceremonies as they use in the worship of their false gods. See Deuteronomy 12, which is a good precept. Deuteronomy 12:29, it says, when the Lord Yahweh thy power shall cut off the nations from before thee, whether thou goest to possess them, and thou succeedest them, and dwellest in their land, take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them, after that they be destroyed from before thee, and that thou inquire not after their gods, saying, how did these nations serve their gods? Even so will I do likewise. And that's what you guys are doing today. That's what you Christians is doing. Thou shalt not do so unto the Lord thy power, Yahweh thy power, for every abomination to the Lord which he hateth have they done unto their gods. For even their sons and their daughters they have burnt in the fire to their gods. When you hear these damn demonic ass niggas say, well, this is for the kids, this is for the children, you know? Why? Because Big Mama told your ass it was for the children. Now you know the history that has nothing to do with the Most High and his son, but you're going to say, well, this is for the kids. Let them be happy. Let them give them gifts. You know? Well, you don't know that you was a fucking gift. Look at this. This is what the brother Yakawal had posted. 1923. What is that? Badig, I don't know what that say. Baddagry. Merry Xmas. Revisiting history. Field slaves were the Christmas gifts 96 years ago. Talking about get the kids some goddamn gifts. You were the goddamn gifts in slavery, man. See? You were the gift. It tells you that in Revelation 11. I just get to the point. Alright. Revelation 11:10. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry and shall send gifts one to another. See? Because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth. See, you were a gift. You were on an auction block. And on this time of Christmas, some of you slaves, all right, you Judites, Benjamites, Levites, were sold on Christmas as a gift, you know, and shall send gifts one to another. Remember, they were sending those postcards, you know, but they was also sending gifts as people to different plantations, you know. And here's the proof of that. Field slaves were the Christmas gifts 96 years ago, which wasn't that long ago. You know? This is Amos 5:21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. You see? And we know that this is going back to our actual high holy days. But Jake was going off so much that the Lord wasn't accepting the offerings, okay, anymore. You know? Though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows. You see? But let judgment run down as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream. And that's what's going to happen. The Lord's going to judge you people, man. A lot of you people going to get put to death on this day. You know, he say, I despise your feast days. These are one of y'all feast days. You got Christmas, you got Turkey Day, which is the slaughtering of your of the Northern Kingdom brethren. All right. Then you got this Christmas Day, the worship of the tree of Yule, which Yule is a demon. All right, the brother told me today. Brother Yashar said, "Well, Yule is in that book Codex Magica, which is actually a god, which is actually a deity." You know. So, yeah, I just wanted to bring out a little bit of information on that. Lord willing, this was edifying. You know. Let me see. Yep, I covered that. You guys worshiping the sun, the moon, the stars, and that's what you put on this damn tree. When you bend down, it's a form of worship. You know, the slaves used to cut out the Yule logs. You know, and burn them. Look at this weak ass shit. And you gotta hear these peon people. But hey, you know what? Judgment is coming. It's all good. Judgment is coming. Any judgment is happening. It ain't coming, Salakia. It's happening. So this is your worship. Your worship of the Yule Tree Day. You know. Or Santanelia, okay? I believe the apostle there did a lesson on it. Apostle Hart did a lesson on it. Now look at that. That's the spirit.
Not by the world, not.
The brother put Amos 5:21. I just got done reading Amos 5:21, bro. That is the spirit. You know. Well, I was trying to go to the apostle video, which I'm pretty sure bros have checked it out. What the hell going on?
Fifth.
Yeah. Happy Santanelia Day, you damn pagans. Then other apostles have done videos on it as well. But yeah, man. This day, a judgment is gonna happen to you people, man. Hey, may Yahweh Shem Yahshua send those death angels out tonight. Okay, send those ministering firing spirit, the fire spirits out. Yeah, all right, and burn these damn trees down, man. All right. But with that, I like to give all glory and honor and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Hakadash, Ba'akatham, Davas, my apostle, great millstone. Salutations to you bros who's pushing this troop, sincerity, love, diligence, respect, fear, and trembling. Abba, Baba.